Bloody bodies, black sores, fever, the Black Death, all strewn on the streets, forcing people to realize the grim situation. The Black Death struck Europe in 1346 and proceeded until 1352 CE, causing fever, black sores, joint pain, and other symptoms to a fraction of the continent's population. Driven to Europe by several deranged ways, the Black Death would swiftly grow to be a catalyst of medical practice, religion, and rites. The main events leading to the Black Death, such as the various ways it infiltrated Europe and the unusual pace at which the plague traveled at, are nigh as significant as the disease itself. One thing to note is that the plague originated in Rome, where it appeared and disappeared. Afterwards, says from the world history, it returned to Central Asia, a subregion in Asia which goes from the Caspian Sea from west all the way to China and Mongolia in the east, and also from Afghanistan and Iran in the south to Russia in the north. From there, the disease was transported to Crimea, embodied in Mongol warriors and traders from the Mongol Empire, which was created by Genghis Khan. Likewise, the plague invaded Europe due to Sicily. Sicily was visited by rats on 4 Genoese trading ships from the Genoese Navy navigating from Kaffa, also known as Philadelphia, the Black Sea, a piece of the Atlantic Ocean between Europe and Asia. The ships contained men with black sores and bleeding corpses, and the disease was passed to Europe due to rodents and fleas. Moreover, another origin of the disease ending up in Italy was due to Tartar Mongols, whom had slung infected carcasses of the deceased into the city. Then the Italians picked up said plague from the corpses. Furthermore, Mongol traders made use of the Silk Road, an old network of roads transporting the disease from its source residing in Central Asia. Britannica says that the disease was spread through rodents and fleas, but also the government losing stability, causing many to flee their towns, which is important because leaving a town solely caused the plague to earn a greater radius. Yet even more recently, scientists ponder the speed of which the disease spread. This speed would have been far too great for rats to accomplish, the scientists say. For this reason, we have reason to believe that maybe the bubonic plague is not a case of the Black Death, thus saying that a chance existed that the bubonic plague was not Yersinia pestis, the disease it was thought to be. Also mentioned in a Black Death video by Thoughty2, some say whilst rats infected people, they created a human disease which the folk could spread onto each other. This sounds the most probable considering this disease speed at which it traveled at. Yet the few cases of the Black Death nowadays are practically a polarity to us. This is important because the cases of the disease recently prove that the disease cannot be transmitted from corpse to corpse. However, this is solely a perspective from few scientists, though it is to be taken into consideration. The Black Death is a disaster that was sure to leave its mark on history, such as religion changes and medical advances. For instance, according to Britannica, 25 million people in Europe died due to the plague. Western Europe's population did not stabilize to the amount it was before 1348 until the 16th century began. These deaths caused prices to skyrocket. The demands and protests slowly started to cloud hierarchies. According to world history, religion also took a massive change. Also mentioned by Britannica, places like the Roman Catholic Church lost much attention because people tried other practices to thwart off the plague, such as mysticism. Several blamed Jews for the Black Death, saying it was Jewish witchcraft. Thus, that led to the hunt of many Jews. This caused many Jews to move from Poland and Eastern Europe, for too many Christians seek their death. Yet not all was for worse after the plague. For instance, medical practices at the time were vague. Most practices were Arabic copies of ancient Roman and Greek doings, often poor translations. Also, scholar Jeffrey Singman notes how doctors were way too primitive to deal with a plague of such scale. Furthermore, Due to the deaths of many scribes writing medical practices, other doctor ways were put in different languages. Thus, peasants and commoners got to read medical knowledge. Also, hospitals started to resemble modern times. They became cleaner, and instead of being a chamber locking sick people, it became a place where people could receive medical practice. Europe got infiltrated by the Black Death by many means, causing religion, medical practice, and rites all to embellish the consequences the Black Death carried. Europe met ill fortune to be assaulted by such plague from all directions, yet it is not clear if the impacts of the cons outweigh the pros. In the end, the Black Death shaped much, and it's safe to say that a lot of medical practices, rites, and beliefs would not be the same now without it.